What's up, everybody? This is the vinyl. Let me fix this. Okay, that should be good. The Vinyl Casket. I'm Nick, your host, the lamest person on the face of the existence. That is me, being me. We have our small stack of books to review for this week, which is surprising. Normally, it's a lot bigger. We have a very small week. With that being said, please follow and subscribe here on Twitch at Vinyl Casket, and subscribe, like, and comment on YouTube at The Vinyl Casket right here. Ooh, boom. Also, I got two Instagrams, Vinyl Casket and Vinyl Casket Comics. Vinyl Casket Comics got tons of content. About to make a bunch of posts after this video before I go to work. And I will be having some records to post sooner or later. I know I have a signed Gucci High Waters coming. And after that, I'm working on getting a new record player. I'll be able to put videos with that and stuff. I'm excited. With that being said, this is the earliest in the week I've done a comic review in probably since February. This is wild. So let's get on to it right away. We got issue, what is this, 21 of New Mutants. Okay cover. This is the A cover. My issue with this title, not with the book itself, not with this exact issue. My issue with here, by the way, we're starting with Marvel. Then we'll do DC. I have no indies this week. I did pick up last week's issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I haven't gotten around to it. I'm saving that. Issue with this title, New Mutants, is the inconsistencies with quality. One issue's really good, then two issues are bad, then I'm going to drop it, then I pick up an issue and I enjoy it. I enjoyed this issue a lot. There's a storyline that's been going on for a while, including Scout and Anal and, No Girl and Cosner. Cosner was an early storyline. I like the character. I want more development with the character. I understood the arc where they refused to kill her so she can come back in her normal body. I got that. Okay, move on. Then the kids are using their powers together and they're being coerced by what's his name? Is he the Demon King or some shit? I always forget. All I know is it's he's a dick. You know, he's been an ongoing X-Men villain since back in the day where he took over Storm and he always gave problems with the New Mutants. Shadow King. Hate him. I didn't understand the introduction and they kept prolonging it, whatever. Finally starts to make sense. Finally, they touch on the resurrection protocols in this book and it adds some understanding and might change some stuff that's going to change Havoc as a character. Hopefully, with what goes on in this book, might change the what title is he in? Hellions. Hopefully, he gets pulled out of Hellions because he's a great character that's super underused. And if they bring back, Goblin Queen, hopefully he'll be free. They'll be like, okay, he's not crazy anymore. But it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. So that was cool. And then we have a story with some of the students that are being taught by the New Mutants, doing some team building exercises on the moon, making sure that the Summers biodome is, okay. And they run into a wild hive of rebelling brood. And that was really interesting. Brew had no control over them. And Thunderbird was like, or John Proudstar, whatever his name is, was like, yo, like, that's not cool. Like, I'm taking this, like, you better get your shit together. That might be like a further storyline that they're starting right now. They're about to go off, dude, on Shadow King. Like, Magic, Karma, Danny Moonstar, and Wolfsbane is about to go beat his ass. I'm going to give this I'm going to give it a 7. I really liked it. I like the artwork. I like the character development in this issue. I just wish every issue was like this. I spent a lot of time talking about that. Okay, next from Marvel is a Last Annihilation one shot. This is Wiccan and Hulkling. This is really cool. I don't like the cover, but I do like the story. This is like a thicker issue than the last issue we just looked at. Flashbacks to that lead to the creation of the Young Avengers, Iron Lad, how Billy and Teddy become friends. I love it. I thought that was really cool. You get some, you got these three kids of Captain Marvel, of Marvel, Fire and Marvel Boy, and you got Hulkling, and they're all working together, and they come together. Hercules is back. We haven't seen Hercules in a while. He's wearing his Guardians of the Galaxy suit. He has not been in a Guardians of the Galaxy book since issue 12, so I don't know where the hell he came from. That was interesting. Yeah, a lot of inconsistencies with that, right? Because this is part of the Guardians of the Galaxy crossover, right? I did enjoy a lot of weird X-Men characters in this book, right? And I get it. Wiccan is the daughter of what's her name? Scarlet Witch. She's heavily tied into mutants, so it makes sense. And he doesn't even know the stuff that's going on with her, with his mother being killed. Oh. What is going on? Did I just get banned from my own chat? Then it just says you're not banned. Okay. That's strange as shit. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Interesting book. Very strange. I'm liking the storyline. I don't think I'm gonna get the Wakanda book. I don't think I'm interested in it. I don't care about this Wakanda space shit. It's just not something I'm interested in or care about. Yeah. I'm gonna give this a I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Artwork's good, story's cool. Avalanche. Avalanche is in this book. Strange, right? I guess because Sword's helping, so they bring a bunch of other mutants. Zorn was in it. Avalanche. Avalanche causes a problem by accident, trying to save them, whatever, and then screams, my name's Richter, by the way, and then runs away, blaming everything on Richter, who has a similar power set than him. That's so funny. Issue 4 of Sinister War. This is the last issue of Sinister War. Probably besides the first issue, is my favorite issue of this 4-issue series. Basically, this is going to be probably going to be more than like if it's collected in trade paperback. I would suggest that just don't do the 4 issues of Sinister War, because it's just one big fight scene and it's boring, right? It's cool. Like, this was cool. Like, artwork was cool. Characters are cool. The most action happened in this one. A lot of cool fighting happening. I'm upset that Boomerang got killed by Morbius. The fact that the sinister foes of Spider-Man teamed up and started fighting the other villains, and then Doc Ock completely knocked everybody out. That was really interesting. I really liked this. This was a cool way to end this 4-issue series. Frees Peter to go after Kindred and try to get Mary Jane back, right? Really enjoyed that. I thought that was cool. The main story development isn't even happening in the Sinister War title. It was happening in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. So that's what I thought These would have been better filler issues of Spider-Man, and then the actual collected series should have had the actual explaining what's going on. I'm gonna give it a 7. I did enjoy it. It was a fun read. Okay, last Marvel book. Boom. Dark Ages, issue 1. This is the black wraparound cover. The regular edition is right inside of it. It just has an extra cover on top of it. I like this. This is the preferred copy that I read. Obviously, we got the Scotty Young cover. Always get the Scotty Young cover. That's me, But this is my preferred copy to read because I can hold the cover without bending the pages because it is made out of like a cardstock material. It makes it a lot easier to read without damaging the book. So this is always my favorite type of thing to do. Come on, guys. I don't need any fake people sending stuff to me while I'm doing this. Okay. Yeah. Dark Ages. Tom Taylor. As you know, if you've watched the channel before, if you're here on YouTube or Twitch, if you've watched the streams, you know that I love Tom Taylor. Deceased, Nightwing, he's doing Superman, Son of Kal-El. All his stuff is so really good, right? But yeah, so we all knew what this is. This is some post-apocalyptic event happens. They're on this earth and the lights go out. It all starts with the spiders. That's what we were told, right? That's what we were teased, whatever. What happens is, really cool story is that we get some backstory that like this being that undoes everything, unmakes everything, this unmaker, was sealed by the I always forget like that Trinity thing, was sealed inside of a brand new planet. That brand new planet was Earth, so it had all this energy. They couldn't destroy it, so they put it to sleep, and then it's waking. It caused everyone's spider senses to go off crazy. This is like an alternate future. This isn't like the normal 616. Like Mayday is born. Like Mary Jane and Peter are obviously together. Like married. Like they're visiting Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and their daughter. Really cool stuff. A bunch of people come together. You got Moon Girl and the Red Dinosaur or whatever. They go to the Fantastic Four's daughter. They all do this whole thing. Beyonder shows up. He explains what's going on. And they go down there and they get into the center of Earth. They combine all their powers. And the only one to survive that encounter is Invisible Woman, while Doctor Strange opens some portal and then is killed. So the portal stays open. And it's this giant universe. It's just a giant EMP hitting him. So it's shutting him down, but it shuts the whole world down. So no web shooters, no nothing, right? And then we get towards the end and we're told Peter Parker is sitting there with these big gauntlets telling us the story. So I'm really excited to see what happens. And Apocalypse apparently has gathered his own group of like heroes and villains like that are pissed off or something. This is easily a 10 out of 10. Awesome opening. I can't wait to see what happens with this series. I don't know exactly. I'm assuming it's going to be like a 6 to 12 issue series. This is really interesting. I can't wait. I hope they do more work, how they did Deceased and Deceased 2 and and all that shit. I want more. I want this to be a this universe is interesting. I care about it. Like, I like it. 10 out of 10. We're on the DC with issue 6 of Teen Titans Academy. Okay cover. You know, I didn't even like the card stock, to be honest with you. But my issue, it was a good story. This series is starting to wane, right? It takes off. It does a really good job of being its thing. Creates a lot of really cool characters, and the whole thing with that flat, you know, the speedster that's an amputee, and Red X, and now Shazam's storyline should have just stayed in this book, but spun out into his own limited series. Really cool stuff that's doing, but now we moved on to the Brat Pack, right? The Brat Pack. And we had those 3 characters. We got their backstory. That was cool. That, you know, I think that might have been. We had them doing an investigation. Then we had their backstory in the yearbook. Now we have. Then we might have gotten one more issue, and now we have this issue, right? This issue is really cool. Because they're going summer vacation, they're hanging out, there's some mystery. I love, what's his name? This Ragman looking character. It's not Ragman. Stitch? Is his name Stitch? I love him. I love that he's connected to Dr. Fate. I love that does this weird shit where he manipulates like reality, and there's tons of like movie references and Scooby-Doo references and all sorts of really cool stuff. I love his character. He's the Eye-Boy of the DC universe, where I love Eye-Boy in X-Men. I think he's hilarious. I think he's a great character. He's emotional. He's cool. He's powerful. He's way underestimated. I love it. I love Stitch. If that's his name. I hope that's his name. Basically, Gorilla Grodd gets Gorilla Greg, and that's where we end. Some really cool powers with these kids. I love that we're diving in and getting to see their powers activated, and them having to rely on different groupings of teamwork than they're used to. Really cool. I really liked it. I'm going to give it a 7.5. Okay. Issue 5 of Infinite Frontier. This is the second to last issue. Okay cover again. These 8 covers don't really do it for me, but when I don't like the card stock, I just stick with this to save some money. This is already a thicker book, so I didn't want to spend an extra $1 for a cover that I didn't care about. I thought the connecting covers were cool at first, but the artwork is kind of lowered since the one cover I liked. You know, it was Arsenal on it, Roy Harper, and it didn't look that good. I love him in this book as the Omega Lantern. We now find out more about that ring, and that's from another planet. They explain this whole event, this Final Crisis, Infinite Crisis, Crisis on Infinite Earths, 0 Hour, Psycho Pirate, like so many different major DC storylines, boom, on one. You know, we get Director Bones as Bones, like in the weird costume. We find out these people are from other worlds, and they made a deal with Darkseid to do this. Darkseid shows up. Justice Society of America is fighting with the Justice Incarnate. Barry Allen's running on a treadmill. He's having freaking hallucinations that everyone's telling him to keep going. This series is really interesting. It's a lot of information to dive into, especially if you're a new reader. This is definitely not a new reader friendly, but if you're someone that's loved the DC universe for a while or got into them during the pandemic and did lots of background, like if you read through all of Death Metal, all the tie-ins of Death Metal, everything in Death Metal, this should be no problem. You should be able to do the small amount of research you'll need to understand some of these characters, and that's it. But if you're someone that's never read a major DC event, never read a Crisis, this is going to be really hard to understand. But I'm going to give it an 8. This is the first 8 of the week. I'm going to give it an 8. I really liked it. I can't wait to get the next issue. I'm not sure exactly when it comes out. It tells me on the site that I use next week, but I doubt they drop these things back to back unless this got pushed back a week. But this was really cool read. I give it an 8. Okay, we got 2 more books, right? We got Batman Fear State Alpha. So this is Alpha, then we have all the tie-ins, and then we have the Omega at the end. Cardstock cover. Only got 2 cardstock covers this week. This is one of them. Peacekeeper 01 holding security wanted footage of Batman. I liked it. He wasn't that involved. We got some background on him, background on Saint. We got background on how the whole this whole working process, right? It connected all the dots through all the Bat books that are going on that have touched on this stuff. The fear toxin, the new fear strategies, Saint Industries, and how he got involved with Scarecrow and his new mask. And Scarecrow wrote a paper back when he was in college or whatever about Fear State. And that's what this is, leading to Future State. We have Fear State and Future State. Which one are we going to, is Fear State going to lead to what we saw in Future State? Or is Fear State going to create its own thing? Or is it the Dieter point? I don't know. A lot of weird stuff going on in this book. It connects the whole stuff with Poison Ivy. Now that Harley and Ghostmaker brought the Unsane in Collective to the garden, and you have the gardener, and Catwoman has the piece of Ivy that's missing. You have this evil Queen Ivy. I love it, dude. This is also an 8. I can't wait to see a lot of tie-ins, a lot of books that I'm trying not to get. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's all the secret files and stuff. It's a lot to unpack, but it's going to be a really good read. 8 out of 10. And then finally, this is my DC pick of the week. Obviously, my Marvel pick of the week was Dark Ages. This is going to be my Marvel pick of the week. This is the first time I've ever picked Wonder Girl or anything Wonder Woman related. I am not a Wonder Woman fan. I don't like Wonder Woman as a book. I think she's a cool character on teams. I don't really rock with her. That's like not my thing. But Wonder Girl, the Wonder Girls have always been characters I liked from Titans, Teen Titans, Young Justice, stuff like that. Cassie Sandsmark, and Donna, not Donna Troy. That's no, Diana Troy. Donna Troy is Wonder Girl. Diana is Wonder Woman. Okay. I like the Wonder Girls. So I didn't read her series in Future State. I decided to hop on this. First issue cool, second issue cool. This is issue 3. I like it. I love the artwork. I love the style of the artwork. Mello. This is written by Jones and artwork by Mello and Belair. I really like the artwork. I love this cardstock cover. I love the different emotions. I love how it deals with it's dealing with gods, kind of in the same vein as Cassie Sandsmark. I really like that Cassie's in this book. I love that Artemis is in this book. I love they have this rogue second Themyscira group of Amazons that are fighting with the Amazons that we know. I thought that was really cool. We get, I think her name's Hera, right? I can't wait to see what goes on in this. I can't wait for the continuation. This book was awesome. The artwork was awesome. The dialogue was awesome. The storyline was cool. I liked everything about it. I'm hoping this isn't a fluke where just one really good issue that really hooked me. I just really was attached to the artwork and the style, and then the next issue sucks. I hope it continues. This is easily an 8. Pick of the week from DC for me. Highly recommended. That's all I got. That is it. That's all I got this week. Once I read it, I will let you guys know what I feel about this. I'm not sure exactly what I feel about this because I haven't read it yet. This is the alternate variant cover. Because it's cover B. I don't know. I was really excited to read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I might. It's a little heavy on my pull list. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to end this video, then I'm going to do another video. But with that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and comment. I will upload this right away and put tags on it later. If you're on Twitch, follow, or subscribe. Help me out. Really appreciate it. And once again, this is the home of the lamest taste. And remember, every week we do comic book reviews of what came out that week. So stay there, remain lame, and remember, stay lame.